Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've talked to y'all. I know I've been getting some emails and messages and about where I am and about my career. As you can see, I'm also in a new kind of room. I got a microphone. This is a very old microphone. I just know like the audio has not been great in my last video, so I'll be a little better with that. I have my iPad here of just things that I wanted to update you with in terms of where I am. So it's been a year since last time I've uploaded a video. I apologize for being slow, but life just got very crazy, and I kind of just want to take this video to kind of go over what has been going on in my life. And then I'm going to start making content again. Now that I can breathe a little bit and have a little more time, but here you go. So first thing on my iPad was, it's been a combination of my personal life, school, boards, moving states. I actually live in a different state now. I was living in Massachusetts and now I live in Connecticut. I was interviewing for multiple nurse practitioner job positions while I was in school and studying for boards. Basically, I just could not fathom keeping up with a YouTube channel on top of all that. Like, I just had no time, and the only time that I had left was to sleep, eat, maybe hang out with my boyfriend and some friends, and that was it. I just did not have time. So, school. I'm just trying to make sure that maybe the audio is doing hopefully okay. School was crazy. My last year, or my second year of DNP program, which was last year, which pretty much when I stopped vlogging was the craziest, most intense year ever. It was a combination of didactics, so basically all my classes, all your core clinical or all your core didactic classes, and then I also had rotations, which was killer. And then, didactics, you had classes, you had simulations, you had labs, you had case studies to do every couple weeks, exams every couple weeks, and then you had rotations as well. And I'll go more into detail about my rotation experience. I actually have the next video that I'm going to upload is going to be kind of my experience during those rotations during NP school. My schedule was just all over the place. It was crazy. My rotations were days, rotating nights, and I had classes in the morning. It was too much. It was so much, and I was just worried. I want to be able to survive, but here I am. And another thing too, my rotations were all an hour away, so that didn't help. And I had to be there super early, and I also got out late, and then I also had night shifts. It was a lot, and I was also working part-time, per diem as a nurse. I could not even keep up with part-time, and just having time to just even study for all of this stuff was, I just did not have time to even record. And I'm glad that I at least made the effort, or I wasn't able to maintain a vlog, but at least I'm glad that I made the effort to record my experiences, snippets here and there, especially during my rotations, and hopefully you can catch a glimpse of what it is. So for boards, oh my gosh, as soon as I finished classes, then I still had summer classes in addition to my required clinical core didactic experiences classes. I still had summer classes, and then I had to start studying for boards. I took approximately 3 months to study for my board exams, and it was just a lot. It was grueling work. I was studying I was studying maybe 8 to 10 hours a day whenever I had time, if I wasn't working. I was doing that, working part-time, and then I was also getting ready to move to Connecticut. So I had to pack, get my stuff ready, basically get all my shit together before I moved. And I'm also going to make a separate video teaching you guys about, or telling you guys about my experience studying for boards, how I ended up passing boards. And to prove that, I got my little certificate, my golden ticket, basically saying I'm board certified as an adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner, so which is what I've been working so damn hard for. But yes, I just passed a little over 2 weeks ago. I'll have a separate video kind of giving you guys detailed process of how I study for boards. Very grueling, spent a good amount of money for it, but I pushed through and passed boards. What else? I did receive your emails, and I'm sorry if I didn't reply to a good amount of your emails. I just haven't had time, and I actually was intending to just record a video, kind of answer those emails for those who sent those emails about questions about about my progress and stuff. And as far as my career, I did apply for multiple positions as a nurse practitioner. Obviously my field of interest were in surgery, and as much as possible my number one choice was to first assist in the OR. And I initially was, set on applying to multiple positions around Massachusetts, Connecticut. I actually got a job offer from my first rotations in thoracic surgery in Massachusetts. However, I could not commit to that because they were also going through a administrative change, and it was like the dream job. Honestly, I loved that rotation, but not only was the administrative change unsettling for me, but I also was moving to Connecticut, so it would have been an hour and 15 commute for me. But who knows, maybe later they'll get their shit, figure it out, and I'll be back there. But anyways, so I got that job offer, which I was very surprised by the chief of thoracic surgery, and kind of offered me the job, but I just could not take it. What was I saying? I'm kind of going in circles, but so my career-wise, I am still hoping to be an RNFA, or a first assist, NP actually. And however, because now my life kind of changed a little bit, I ended up deciding to move in with my boyfriend, so that's why I'm in Connecticut now. I was pretty much limited to applying to jobs in Connecticut. I didn't want my commute to be an hour. I wanted my commute to be 30 minutes or less, because I've been commuting for at least an hour for multiple years, and I'm kind of sick of it. So, I applied to positions all over the hospitals here in Connecticut, and across all sorts. Obviously, my field of interest was in surgery, but I also wasn't limited to that because I knew that I was limited by the state that I would be applying to. So, whatever kind of jobs were out there. Note that I also applied very early. I actually applied to jobs before I even passed boards, before I even started studying for boards, before I even got my master's degree. Oh yeah, I got another master's. This is for my nurse practitioner, but it's right there. It's right here. So got that. I'm just racking up these papers and not making any immediate money, but here we are. Anyways, so I was one of my first classmates to apply for jobs, out of my cohort to apply for jobs. Ended up getting a job offer. So I applied to multiple positions, two being I applied to maybe 8 to 10, ended up getting interviews for 3 positions. 2 of them were first assisting. Surgical oncology was one, thoracic surgery was another one, and surgical ICU. So I kind of was okay with critical care medicine as long as it was in the field of surgery, and obviously my first priority was in first assisting. But I knew that the job market was going to be very competitive. Here in Connecticut, there's a lot of APPs competing, very high stake healthcare systems. So I had to be okay with I had to widen my choices because I knew I was competing against you got Yale here, going here, UMass, and all the that's not that far away, and a bunch of other really good schools around here. So you're pretty much competing with all these very, very smart, talented individuals. So I applied to those 3 positions. Again, I'll have a separate video of how I interviewed and what kind of advice I can give you guys for applying for positions as a new grad. And on top of that, I'm a new grad, if that didn't resonate with y'all. So I applied to these positions and interviewed. My dream job was in thoracic surgery. However, unfortunately, I didn't get that job because the other candidates, I was one of their top candidates, but the other candidate was able to start sooner. They were already an APP that already had their certifications and boards and everything. They were already practicing. So fortunately, I kind of lost to them. I lost to that person, but understandable, their needs came first. It was the needs of the practice. It was an excellent service, really treated their APPs really well, but I just couldn't get it because I just didn't have my boards yet. And that's the probably drawback of applying too early, but I don't think I applied too early. The surgical oncology was a very strange interview. It was a potentially good position, but it was a strange interview. It was at a top healthcare institution, quote unquote Yale, but it was a very strange interview. I'll go more into detail about that process, and so that didn't work out, unfortunately. And my other top position was surgical ICU, and I actually got that job position. And I'm very excited to start that, and I will be starting that in November. So it's not first assisting. It's not my type of choice, but I think what my plan is I want to get good at critical care medicine or surgical medicine. So I know I want to get good at this job, and then from there apply internally to the surgical position. Maybe that thoracic surgery position that I initially applied before, now that I have a couple years of experience as an APP, and then apply internally and have a much time applying internally. So, I'll go into more detail about what limitations can limit you in terms of your job applications, but just know that you can still get there. Might take a little longer than usual. As far as my RNFA, so I did complete my RNFA program. I completed my clinicals rotations there. The only thing I have to do left is take a certification exam. So I was initially kind of toying the idea with taking an RNA-SC certification, which you would only need 120 hours of first assisting, plus taking an exam, plus the other requirements, completing an RNFA program and all that stuff. But I'm still toying with that idea. I have another year to kind of decide. I'm not in a hurry to take that certification just because my first APP job doesn't require RNFA. And then the other option is to kind of wait it out until I get my next job where I first assist, and then just pretty much study altogether for the CRNFA exam. And the CRNFA is pretty much the last step to get your RNFA certification, to be officially certified as an RNFA independent practice. So I'm still kind of toying with that idea. I'll keep you updated in terms of what I decide. They're both pretty expensive exams, so that's why I'm kind of hesitant to decide yet. The good thing is there's no expiration date, so that's another thing that you guys should know, and I'll create another video in terms of what the difference is between the RNA-SC and the CRNFA. Luckily, there is no expiration in terms of when you have to take that upon completion of an RNFA program. So you have all the time in the world, and I did call their office and confirm, and so that's pretty much, that's still up in the air in terms of what I want to do. But just know I still do want to first assist eventually in the OR. Sometimes life kind of throws you in different directions, but ultimately you still want to work towards that goal. Anyway, so with that being said, I am going to read your emails, and I'm going to answer them individually now that I have more time. I just honestly wanted to, my final big step was to get that board exam done. And yeah, so what's next for me now? Right now I am in my final year of my DNP program, which didn't know is a Doctor of Nursing Practice. Takes a total of 3 years, in addition to your nursing degree and all that stuff. In my final year, so my final year is going to be reserved for working on my DNP project, which is the thesis capstone project that you need to graduate. I have still courses, but they're more geared towards the doctorate program, and it's less clinical medicine, and it's more leadership and learning how to kind of climb the ranks, or if you want to teach in academia. One of my goals is to teach in academia as a assistant professor or whatever, and I also do want to I aspire to become hopefully chief APP one day. So the doctorate program is kind of perfect for that. Make myself more marketable and give me the tools needed to kind of chase those goals, to achieve those goals. And yeah, so I have that left. I'll be graduating in less than a year. And I'm also going to be starting my new nurse practitioner job, transitioning from the nursing role, which I'm kind of nervous, I'm very nervous about. My new job is actually going to have 6 months of orientation, which I'm so glad. This healthcare institution that I got a job offer is excellent. They really invested a lot of money in new APPs. They have a whole building center devoted to teaching new providers, where it's skills, it's putting in A-lines and learning how to do fluoroscopies. It's kind of, they invest millions of dollars in this building, so which is why I was really excited and I picked this job over all the other healthcare institutions I applied for. The pay is not as great, but it kind of ends up being okay because you can do nights, and that would give you pretty good differential. But the training is what I was really after. I really want to get good at medicine, surgical, critical care, acute care medicine, which is what I'm certified at. And I think this healthcare institution that I'll be working for is pretty perfect for that. What else? So I pretty much have that left. Selling my new place. I also kind of just want to give you a brief introduction in terms of where I want this channel to go. So I think I want this channel to be not just RNFA sort of focused anymore, or first assist focused anymore. I kind of want to broaden it to just acute care medicine, surgical medicine as a nurse practitioner, and just showing you the ropes of what it takes to be a new nurse practitioner. I'm going to show you my struggles, my successes, just kind of keeping you updated of my life. I also want to broaden this channel to be a lifestyle kind of channel as well, where it's not just professional, and it's more about traveling and visiting under new places, meeting new people, talking about random things, and kind of just broaden my channel a little bit. So yeah, but anyway, stay tuned. With that being said, stay tuned for my next video. My next video after this is going to be I documented pretty well my experiences throughout my rotations during my NP year, which was last year, and this was in the fields of thoracic surgery and cardiac surgery. So I know you guys have been asking about my rotation experience throughout those surgical experiences, and I will say that they were not easy, and an NP student had to advocate for themselves a lot more than the average APP student or med student, but we did it, and I learned a lot, and I'm excited to take those skills that I learned to my first jobs in APP, and on to my further career. Anyways, if you made it this far to my video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me, and even watching my videos. I'm excited to kind of start a new, refreshed, to start over, I guess, with this YouTube, kind of. But anyways, I'll catch you in my next video, and hopefully this audio works well and merges well. But anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Again, it's Savas in the house, and I'll see you guys later.